Welcome to our Nini SR channel.
I never thought she had a beautiful voice. I even hear her voice in some interviews. Yes, I have been watching her interview more than 50,000 times in the last 3 months. In our last meeting, we were together for an hour, but she didn't speak a single word. 3 months ago, at Twins' birthday party. After I read my mom's letter, I grabbed my things to leave my home. I opened my phone to text Jess to say goodbye. And I realized it was 1 a.m., so I thought she might have slept. So, I put my phone in my pocket and walked down the stairs as I put my jacket on. Even when it's midnight, I still hear some voices from the backyard. One of them is Jess. I thought I should at least tell her bye. She spoke to a small crowd of 5 people. As I get close, I hear some people think that they need help to go somewhere. When I reached Jess, I saw this beautiful girl wearing a red smocked mini gown with red hair. Yes. This is my girl. Yes, she is the one I have been thinking about for the last few days. I can't stop myself from staring at her. She is so beautiful. As I keep looking at her, I feel myself shaking. When I snapped out, it was Jess who shook me to make me come back to my senses. What? I asked Jess.
Just come back to Earth. I don't know which one of us makes you breathless, but we are in a kind of situation. So, go back to the house, we will have a talk after I finish here,
she said. Then she turned to talk to them. Even if I take 5 steps back, I don't want to leave this place. So, I stand there as I keep staring at that beautiful girl. I don't know who said something funny in that crowd. I should give them a big hug because they made me see her smile. I feel whole heaven when her eyes meet mine. Still, today I thought heaven was blue or white, but now I know it is emerald green. Because it's evergreen as her eyes. I started to feel something missing. Oh my God. When I looked at her, I didn't hear her thought. Maybe I should recheck again. So, I started to look around. I saw some people taking a chair from the backyard to the house. Even though they are away from me, I can hear their thoughts. Again, I looked at her. Oh my God. It's a miracle. She is my miracle. I want this miracle to happen to me throughout my whole life. I want her for my whole life. I should go and talk to her. I shouldn't miss this opportunity. When I reach them again, I stop by Jess saying the same things as wait for her at home. I gave her a "I am going to kill you" type glare. What the hell, she mouthed to me. So, I look at my miracle and look back at Jess. But she doesn't even understand what I'm saying. I start to question myself as to why I have such the dumbest friend in this world. Suddenly, the guy next to her said, "Why don't you ask him? Maybe he can help us." I was like I had no time to help anyone. All I wanted was to talk to my miracle.
Yet I forgot to ask him. He even has a car, so he can take you to the airport. I should introduce him. He is Nevin, my best friend, as Jess said.
Looking at me and my miracle back. I was like, "So you want me to drop her off at the airport?" as I pointed at my miracle. She and her both nodded. I felt so happy about having time alone with her.
But her flight is 4 a.m. and her check-in time is 3 a.m. From here it takes 1 hour to reach the airport, and we still have 45 minutes free,
Jess said, looking at me with a look of wanting me to say yes. When I know she is leaving to other places within 1.5 hours, without delay, I say okay. After I say okay, she looks at me, smiles and nods. I don't know how to feel. Should I feel happy? Or should I feel sad? I feel happy to help her and have been spending time alone with her. But on the other hand, I feel sad to think about her leaving. I don't even know where she went. I slowly excuse myself from people to think about what to do. Should I tell her everything on our way to the airport to make her stay with me? What if she doesn't believe it? What if she thinks I'm crazy? Should I ask her where she is going and follow her there? As I kept thinking, Jess and my miracle walked toward me, then I realized it was time to go.
We can't get a taxi at this time and people here are new to this area, so they can't drop her. That's why I have to bother you,
Jess says. I just nodded and said let's go, looking at my miracle. When we got to my car, some workers put a single suitcase and a bag in my car. I started hoping it was a small trip because of luggage. Then Jess hugs her and
hope we meet soon.
I can hear my miracle sobbing on Jess' shoulder and say,
Thank you for everything.
This makes you feel it's not a short trip. My heart throbbed hearing her words, so I had to go to my car. Then she says farewell bye and gets on the passenger seat. I started my car. She was still waving bye at Jess till we reached the front gate. It was 15 minutes after we went away from my home. She was silent and still looking outside the window without turning my side. I want to talk to her, but I don't know what to say. It was another 15 minutes for me fighting myself to talk to her. It was a whole silence for 30 minutes. As for breaking silent, I ask, are you okay? She is still silent. I told myself maybe she didn't hear, so again I loudly asked, are you okay? Still silence. As I lean in near her, I get to know she is sleeping.